Yeah, we can see
Do
it.
you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So
Thank you.
the team, I'm Kenneth, and the team is Hitev and Kartik from Arista. And we're showing a nifty tool here on priority flow control, historical statistics. The problem is that so the current in SONiC you'll see with the show PFC counters outputs, all we get to see the number of pause frames per interface per traffic class. It's kind of difficult to debug congestion because you would have to kind of manually pull this time to time to see when we see pause frames. Wouldn't it be useful if there is a historical output of the show command that will show us like transitions to help us diagnose problems, provide some statistics and other metrics that could be, more telling as to what's happening on our network. And this is what we've been hacking on this over the hackathon period. And what we're proposing is we're proposing a schema, so database schema addition and augmentation here, just to add 4 new attributes, kind of per interface, per priority, that will give us a bit more insight into and provide a show command that would give us insight into traffic network congestions. These are the 4 attributes: number of transitions, timestamp, and pause time. I'll explain this a bit more, but then with these 4 attributes at a per interface, per priority level, we can then provide some maybe useful statistics that we feel are useful for debugging congestion. So the output that we've been hacking around and trying out is something like this, where we have a show PFC counter history. And so instead of just seeing the other output was showing pause frames per interface per traffic class, what we'll see here is we'll see, for example, on Ethernet 0, there are 5 traffic classes here, and we've seen like pause transitions over time. We've seen during these pause transitions, so this from pause and non-pause transitions, we've tracked, let's say, how long the pause has happened, and then provided a timestamp when the last time has happened, or the last max time has happened, and then a total kind of pause time accumulation. So this could be, I think this for us, this could be a very useful diagnostics tool. And in addition to complement this, we clear the PFC counters, and that would clear the history as well. And then so you could take windows of debugging where you look at history over certain windows just to isolate what has happened to your network when there's congestion. Now, how do we do this? So phase 0, there's 2 phases to this. The first phase is we will do it with software, and software where there's no additional side support. We can just piggyback on top of the existing show PFC counters. It's an approximation, but it's still pretty useful. And as part of the POC here, or as part of this prototype, we've just lashed on top of counters check arc, made the changes to collect the statistics, updated all the attributes that we talked about in the earlier schema. And even with these periodic 1-second windows in the software prototype, we can approximate the PFC activity, which leads to all the statistics that we're thinking about, including like max time, the total duration, etc. And it gives us a sense of what's going on in the network. In the phase 1, and it depends on the hardware supports it, there could be hardware assists. So if the hardware supports capturing this kind of data, be it whatever hardware you have, then we can enhance the side to expose this statistics and slot it into the show command. So then we can utilize, for example, the flex count infrastructure to enable polling the statistics. So just using the existing infrastructure to do this. And then any CLI changes that we made already in phase 0 should just apply. And that's it. Thank you. Any questions?
Great. Thank you. Any questions from judges?
Do you have a demo for this, Kenneth?
I didn't capture a demo. We had a demo. We have a live. We tried it on the Switch and it does work, but I didn't actually capture a demo that I want to show right now.
Okay.
But certainly we can publish more information afterwards.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?